All right, this is the video for group 4. So if you're in group 4, today you're going to be working on multiplying a fraction by a whole number. So we're going to look at what you're going to see when you log into Conceptua to complete your own individual practice. So let's look at some together here. All right, so the first thing you're going to see are some word problems. Okay? And then we're going to restate them or paraphrase this, okay? Kind of restate what is the question asking us. So we're looking for a multiplier, groups of, starting value, and units. For me, it makes sense to start here to the right and work backwards, because it's easiest to find out what our unit is. What's our label? Remember, no naked numbers. Okay, so I'm going to look at my word problem. Raphael bought 6 ears of corn. If each ear of corn weighed half of a pound, how many pounds of corn did Raphael buy? Well, what's our unit? Go back to the question. What is it asking us about? How many pounds of corn? So we're dealing with pounds of corn. That's my unit. Okay? See how these words are highlighted as I scroll over them? I can grab that and just drag it down to units. It's going to fill it in for me. So we're dealing with pounds of corn. What's our starting value? Go back and reread the problem. What did it start at? How many pounds did we start with? Well, 6 is ears of corn. That's not telling me how many. We didn't start with 6 pounds. If I keep going, I should see, oh, half of a pound. I started with half, so that's my number I'm going to drag here. Half a pound of corn. And how many groups of that am I dealing with? Well, he bought 6 ears of corn. So there's my other number. 6 is my multiplier. So for me, it's easiest again to work backwards. Okay, we're going to check that with the check mark. We've got it right. So next we're going to look at modeling this out. Okay, when you have a model, you're going to have 2 different models here, a top and a bottom. And we're going to show you how to model out a multiplication with fractions. Okay, that's kind of why we restated this. We're going to have 6 groups of half a pound. Okay, what's my fraction here? Half. So I need to take this top number line. Actually, I need to go on over here. The top number line, and I'm going to use my arrows, and I'm going to model out 1/2. My starting point. Again, that's why we went through and found that starting point. 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to either drag the bar, use my arrows to model halves, plus sign to show 1/2. 1 out of 2 pieces. So there's my half. That's my starting point. The second number line is where I'm going to show my groups of. How many groups of half? Go back up here. 6 groups of half. So I'm going to grab this bar and drag it. Okay, it's not working here on mine, and it should work on yours. So I'm going to log out here really quickly, and I'm going to go into what you're going to see in just a second on your screen. Make sure I'm still in the right lesson. Okay, so when you log in, again, it's going to kind of walk you through this again, the multiplier, starting value, and units. And we're just going to skip through. Okay, and it's going to show you how you should be able to drag. So let's look at this. Here's a different one. In this problem, Santana studied every day for 4 days, and she spent half an hour studying each day. So we're dealing with hours. That's our unit. Again, we're working with half. This time we have 4 groups of half. So to model this out, again, my top number line is showing 1/2. Later on, you might have to model that out like I just showed you. Now I should be able to grab this half. There it goes. And I'm going to show my groups of. That's 1 group of 1/2. Drag it again. 2 groups of 1/2. 3 groups of 1/2. 4 groups of 1/2. So now I have 4 groups of 1/2, and I should see on my number line, how many units does that make? 2 full units. Okay, but what unit am I dealing with here? It's not just a unit. Is it monkeys, hours of recess? What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with hour. Oh, so I'm going to find that word up here and I'm going to drag it all the way down. Probably want the one with an S because it's correct grammar. 2 hours. Let's check it. We got that one right. Let's look at one more. The track at the high school is 1/4 mile around. If Angel ran it 4 times, how many miles did he run? Okay, again, I'm going to start with my unit. Go back to the question. What are we dealing with here? How many miles? We're dealing with miles. Okay, what did we start with? How many miles did we start with? We started with 1/4 mile. How many groups of 1/4 mile? Well, Angel's running 4 times. We got it. So let's model that out. They've done the first part for us. They're showing me 1/4, 1 out of 4. I need to make 4 groups of 1/4. So I'm going to drag this green bar down until I have 4 groups. Look at my number line. It fills in 1 hole. So 4 times around means Angel ran 1, I'm going to grab the singular, 1 mile. And you're going to kind of continue working your way through these on your own. So you're going to close out of this video. You're going to log into Conceptua when you go there through Clever. And when you log in, make sure you pick Etheridge Group 4 as your class. That's the assignment I want you working on because you're in Group 4 today. And you're going to work your way through that lesson. When you get to the skills check, go ahead and finish the skills check. And at the end, that's when I want you to raise your hand. Let me check you off so that I can send you on to your next assignment. All right, good luck.